Welcome to the Sweet Science of Fighting Jiu-Jitsu instructional channel. James and Ryan here, taking you through some more De La Riva techniques. Today we're going to cover the shotgun De La Riva, and make sure you go down in the description as well. There is the link to the Sweet Science of Fighting Underground, where you can get all the strength conditioning programs for Jiu-Jitsu, and Ryan's in there as well to help break down any matches.
All right, it's going to be some variations of shotgun De La Riva. The idea is pretty simple. It's kind of old school De La Riva position where we get to use the gi, and I would say this is much more effective in the gi, but you can certainly put it off in no gi. The grips I'm going to try to use here are obviously the De La Riva grip here, just with the hold on to the Achilles, and I'm going to try to get the hand here. This is somewhat not very difficult to do. If somebody who's playing with De La Riva, they're going to bring the hands down to get to disconnect the feet. Okay, so this is critical. So when they do this, I can easily start to grab hands. Okay, so we're not going to worry about this grip because actually I want this leg going down. Okay, so I want to post. So this is going to be one variation. We're starting a De La Riva position. He's controlling my feet. I reach in, I grab his wrist. Now that I have his wrist, I'm going to go to a deep De La Riva. So what this looks like is I'm trying to buckle his knees to the ground. And so when I swing this De La Riva leg through, I want to kick it all the way through to his far hip. So what that looks like is that I get on my shoulder, I post, I get on my shoulder, and I kick this leg straight. Once I kick this leg straight, you can see I have this pull, and then I'm going to simply just go to the other, switch to the other side, and I can create an X with my legs here. Now what you can do from here, there's several things we can do. The first one is I can start to attack the back simply by releasing, start to coming to the back. I can start to just go to like a simple thread through, go into leg locks. We'll talk about this a little later, switching the shin behind the knee and getting it from this position and getting it to wrestle position. It simply is just trying to get the knees buckled to the ground. And that's all we're really looking for. But I would say this is more like, almost like a traditional De La Riva when we first started using it, was to kick your leg all the way through. I will say the question I get a lot here is like, well, can't you get leg locked? If I throw my leg all the way through, like there's a risk of leg lock. Yes, there is a possible risk of leg lock. Anytime your legs are out here with somebody who's good at leg locks, there's a vulnerability. I will say that because I'm short, I don't have super long legs. Like if my leg was like really up here, yes, I'm in danger of a heel hook. But I never feel too much danger because I'm in a short heel hook. Short heel hook is just my foot is kind of on the hip here. But there's some things you could pull off for sure as far as leg locks. So just be aware of that. That's kind of a bit of a weak point in the position. So we're going to start De La Riva position. He's going to start controlling my feet. I'm going to reach in, I'm going to grab his wrist. Okay, when you grab the wrist, I'm going to kick away. Post, I'm going to go with his pressure to post. And I'm going to get up on my shoulder. And this back leg is just going to shoot through, straighten my leg. Okay, and once I straighten my leg, I'm going to simply fall back to my back and try to create an X with my leg. Okay, once I get the X with the leg, we can do many variations here, but this is essentially what I'm trying to do, and I'm kind of kicking him away. And I can sit up here, I can try to get to the back, simply sit up, start to get into a turking positions. So just an idea with this De La Riva, shotgun De La Riva with some variations. So a different angle here, so you can kind of see what the De La Riva leg's doing. Pushing up, reach in, I kick sideways to release the grip. This leg's gonna swing through. I'm gonna get up on my shoulder and shoot this leg through. Okay, once the leg is shot through, I'm simply gonna fall back to try to get his knees to the ground. Okay, once the knees are buckled, now I can start to produce, I can sit up and I can start to play from here. Again, you can start to wrestle up here, put hooks in, you can start to switch to these type of positions. It just depends on what you want to do from there. Essentially what I've done is I've created an angle. The better you get at jiu-jitsu, essentially all we're trying to do is just create very subtle angles, right? So this is just one way of doing that.